Greetings everybody, I'm Lobo and welcome to Luna. This is a little postseason bonus episode for you guys. I've really got to get the hang of flying before we start season 2. And I can't fly too much because I only got 11 firework rockets, and I can't head back to Luna because we are in Bedrock Edition right now, which means if I head back over there and load the area, a lot of our stuff may end up breaking. So we'll kind of be breaking the fourth wall in this episode a little bit. I'm going to be talking about some behind the scenes stuff. And I know I break the fourth wall pretty often, but we're going to knock it down today because we're going to talk about the future of this series, some consequences of switching to a different version of the game. Whether that be Bedrock like we are in now, or possibly even Java Edition if the opportunity presents itself before we do start season 2. I think I'll make a backup of the world and walk through Luna with you later to show what it could possibly be like switching over to Bedrock Edition. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, but let me go ahead and tell you the actual plan for this episode, and that is to make our way into the end and collect some more Shulker Boxes. Because, yeah, in the season finale, I was actually planning on getting a lot more than we did, but that didn't happen because we were in PS4 Edition, and in PS4 Edition, as you saw in the season finale, the end is a little underwhelming, let's say. Alright, good. I just wanted to make sure we had everything we actually needed before we headed over here. The end was a little underwhelming, so we did end up switching to Bedrock, which was not actually the plan for the season finale. I was planning on just kind of leaving it, you know, after, like, going back into the overworld after doing a mass amount of Shulker gathering. No, so we ended up kind of switching things up a little bit. Which I had fun with. Because I got to experience Bedrock, its most traumatic, with Ender Dragon fight right off the bat. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about some stuff once I make my way to the other side of this portal. This is seriously the only building blocks I brought with me? That's a horrible decision. Why would I only bring endstone to the end? Alright, let me go ahead and kind of mark this out so I know how to get back home. We're going to kind of leave a trail of torches wherever we go. That way we can find our way back. Because I don't plan on getting back by dying. That's not how I plan on getting back here. I also don't plan on using the Elytra to get around. And some of you might have an issue with that because everybody seems to have an issue with me not wanting to fly around. I like walking. If I use the Elytra, I'm going to end up dying. I don't feel like doing that right now, so or ever. Well, I'll get better at using the Elytra, I will, but I never use it, so I'm not good at it. I need my torches out. Okay. So we'll kind of leave a trail to follow. And we'll explore this much expanded end and hopefully get some shulkers. So the plan is for shulkers to try to find these end cities. We're just gonna do the heading north and south thing until we actually come across an end city. And then once we do find one, we'll kind of, you know, start going east and west. East or west. We can't do both at the same time. East or west to determine or to find additional end cities. I think that's how they work. I think they spawn on like an east-west direction, like kind of in a line. If that's not how it works, then boy do I feel silly, but that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just letting you know. So the plan as of right now is just bridge from island to island. And to do that, we're going to need some more endstone. So I'm going to grab that. And I figure while I'm doing this, maybe we could talk a little bit about the season finale. Because as I said, it did not go as planned. Wasn't planning to go into Bedrock. Wasn't planning to fight the dragon twice. I just wanted shulkers. That's really how it was supposed to end. But I didn't get them. It was interesting, though. It was interesting. We had our first death, multiple deaths in a very long time. Man, that dragon is something else. So needless to say, it didn't go as planned. But it was good, you know, because I planned so much out. And it was nice to be thrown off my game and just not know what to do. Like, the shulker thing went wrong, the dragon thing went wrong, which made it more exciting for me. And hopefully that added a little feeling of spontaneity to the episode. Hopefully it could also have come off as a jumbled mess, because it was that too. It was definitely that as well. But overall, you know, I'm happy with the first season of Luna, and it is time to start thinking about season 2, phase 2, because I'm calling these phases instead of seasons. Actually, they're kind of interchangeable. I've been calling them both. But phases due to Luna meaning moon, and phases being phases of the moon. Right? Get it? Please leave me alone. One issue I'm having is that the Endermen now like to get directly in my face, which was not something I had to deal with before. It's like, for people who don't like being looked at, you sure are trying to get into my line of sight a lot. Please stop it. Okay. I'm almost afraid to look up, but there is an end city over here with a boat, so we're going to go ahead and start making our way over there. I'll try to find the best path over there. But let me go ahead and tell you what the original plan for Season 2 was. So, the reason why we ended Season 1, let's start with that. The reason why we ended Season 1 was because we were, as I said, playing on PlayStation 4 Edition, which was the last Legacy Console Edition. And that was discontinued when it was announced that, or when Bedrock came out for it. So as stuff kind of transitions over to Bedrock, the original Legacy Console editions get discontinued. They stop getting updated. So rather than being in a stagnant world, I decided we need to switch it up. We need to get into a new version of the game. And that kind of set the stage for transitioning out of PS4 Edition, transitioning out of Legacy Console. And that's what led us into the Netherworm storyline, which was how we wrapped up Season 1 of Luna with this giant creature that blurred the lines in between dimensions, like not just the end and the Nether, but also the different parallel universes, I guess, of PS4 Edition, Bedrock Edition, and Java Edition. And Java was actually what I was planning on switching to. So let me go ahead and tell you why Java is not something that we're going to be able to do at the moment. Get this boat first. Why Java is impossible at the moment is because Bedrock Edition on PS4 did not release with Realms, and there's currently no release date set for Realms, nor has it been confirmed that it is even coming to PS4 at this point. Like, the developers have mentioned servers and stuff like that. They refuse to address Realms. So it could be a while before PS4 Edition actually gets Realms, which means it could be a while before we would be able to transition into Java Edition, which means I would have to wait a long time to get back to Luna, and that's not something I really want to do. I really do want to continue Luna sooner if possible, so Bedrock Edition is doable. That's what we're in now. And let me go ahead and take care of this guy. Concentrate on him real quick. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I think Bedrock has better drops. That's better than anything we were getting when we did our End Cities last episode, or in the actual episodes. This, of course, is a little bonus feature, right? I think I've mentioned that. But that's why it's going to be a little bit less produced, a little bit less, you know, I'll kind of fumble over my words and stuff like that. I won't be recording multiple takes and stuff like that to try to make it all nice and, you know, nice and stuff for you guys. I care, but you know, we're just kind of relaxing for this. You know, this a little bit more of a chill episode, right? So I'm not going to talk while I'm doing this. I need to concentrate. There we go. Saved it. So let's talk about some of the. Oh yeah, that's right. Where there's only so many places you can go in here. There we go. These guys, yeah, they definitely drop much better loot with the looting sword in Bedrock than they did in the PS4 edition. But yeah, one of the downsides though, to switching over to Bedrock is that a lot of our redstone was done with a kind of more of a Java mindset. So a lot of the stuff would have transferred well into Java, our farms and stuff like that. Not so much Bedrock. With this, we're going to end up having to, if we decide to go this route, have to redo a lot of our farms and all that kind of stuff. Let me kind of get organized real quick, and then we'll meet back up in the End City and talk a little bit more. All right, so I think we were just talking about one of the major downsides to switching to Bedrock is that a lot of our stuff will break. Let's go ahead and switch that up and talk about one of the major benefits to switching to Bedrock. The main one, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that we'd be able to get started on Luna Season 2 much sooner and have a known release date, which we wouldn't have if we committed to the Java thing. So, I don't know if me talking while doing this is going to be super beneficial to either of us. It's going to make things more difficult for me, and I'm probably not going to get across the information I want to get across to you guys. So we'll talk a little bit more about the plans in between end cities. How's that sound? We're just going to focus on what we're doing for right now. All right. So we got a pretty good haul from that. We did. So let me use some of these Shulker shells that we got to make some boxes so we can fix my inventory. Been a long time since I used one of these. We're gonna get a little scumpus action going. Since we're moving on to another entity, we'll just have this pointing our way towards where we came from. That way we know how to get back eventually. Because as I said, I don't plan on dying here to get back home. So Scumpus, for those of you who don't know, that's a Skizzleman invention. For those of you who watch the Naked and Scared series with Impulse SSP and Skizzleman, which is one of my favorite Minecraft series of all time. I love it. Just don't get to explore as much as I'd like to, so I never get to use those things. Anyway, let me clarify something I said earlier about, like, you know, we can't transition to Java Edition because Realms isn't out for PS4. Realms, you can't join Bedrock Realms from Java Edition. That's not a thing. But with Realms, I could, you know, put up my world on a realm, download it onto my PC in Windows 10 edition, then convert it to Java. So that's kind of what I meant by that. I don't think I made that clear at all when I was talking earlier. So if you were confused by that, I do apologize. That's what I meant. It's basically getting the world transferred over into a file that I could then convert into a Java world. And just because, you know, I am leaning towards Bedrock at this point because I want to continue this series, that doesn't mean we won't eventually maybe go into Java for Phase 3. If there is a Phase 3, that's always a possibility. You know, cover the whole spectrum of Minecraft editions in this series. That might actually be kind of cool. Now that I've said that, I might consider it. Let me clarify. There are currently no plans for a Phase 3. There are currently no plans for that. If that does ever happen, it's going to be far, far off in the future. And I'm not committing to that, so please do not hold me to it. But since we are at this point, leaning towards continuing phase 2 in Bedrock Edition, so we can go ahead and get started on that within the next few weeks. Unless Java releases, or unless Realms releases in the next few weeks and I can transfer over to Java, we're going to do that. But if that does not happen, then we are going to be continuing on Bedrock, which means, you know, as we discussed earlier, a lot of our farms and stuff are going to be broken. Now, the stuff that's easy to fix and transfer over to Bedrock, we will probably do that. But, I kind of, since there is that possibility of eventually going to Java, I'm not going to switch all our farms over to Bedrock. We might just end up making new farms in other districts of the city. Because, I mean, it would make sense, right? We got an end city up there. I'm afraid to look up. We got a little end city right over there. We're going to go ahead and make our way to that. So we have several unfinished districts of the city, right? We've got the approach, we've got the waterside district, and we've got the quarantine district with Wolfen's Laboratory. I'm thinking that Wolfen's Laboratories area, the quarantine district, might be where we build a lot of our redstone farms. It would make sense, right? That would make sense, I think. To kind of have that area just strictly for bedrock-related stuff. That way, we don't have to tear down anything we've built previously in the world, because I don't like doing that. You know, I don't like to make changes to areas that we've previously done. Okay, I'm like hitting my head on something. We're gonna stop right here this time and just try to get hit by one of these levitation balls. I'm blocking with my shield, aren't I? That's not super smooth. Just get me. Come on. There we go. All right. Moving to Bedrock could also be fairly interesting because it would offer me the opportunity to learn the game mechanics of this edition, where redstone is different, where the blocks that slime blocks stick to are different. There's all kinds of little subtle changes. We have another boat up there, it looks like. That's awesome. This is great. This is great. This is so much better than this is what last episode was supposed to be. Well, if it was a little more polished, this is what last episode was supposed to be. But regardless of what we do decide to do, this is going to be my last video taking place on the PS4. Because if we do switch to Bedrock, then I'm going to be playing on Windows 10 edition, which I've had for a while. I just never play it, you know. I got that a long time ago. And I wasn't a huge fan of the differences. I don't like change, you know. But you know, I'm actually enjoying this, so it feels a lot better than I remember it feeling. It feels pretty good, actually. Not gonna lie, it feels pretty good. So, how we're gonna manage that, since Realms isn't even out, how we're gonna manage that is that crossplay is enabled, which means that I could have Watchdog host this world. Since he's gonna be around doing the time lapse and all that stuff, Watchdog host this world from the PS4 while I play on Windows 10. For the time being, at least. That's probably how we're gonna do it. And when we go into Luna a bit later in the backup of the world, I'll kind of show you what that's going to look like, because I'll probably end up doing that on Windows 10. Just bear with me for a second. Bear with me. Ah! That's gross. I don't want that. These little itty-bitty end cities are so cute. Little itty-bitty end cities. Sparsely populated. I would prefer... I would prefer shulkers galore. We're not getting that. These little ones are so cute. I'm sure we'll come across a big one later, because I'm not going to be, I think what the goal is for Shulker Boxes, like how much I want to get, like I want enough to make like a full stack of Shulker Boxes. So that's like 2 stacks of shells, right? So that we're probably going to go until that point, I think. And yes, I am aware that Shulker Boxes do not stack. But that's just how I refer to like 64. So I want 64 of them, basically. It's easier to say the other thing. And we're about halfway there, I think. So I want to say that we've touched on every major point that I wanted to touch on, but I know I'm missing something. I know I'm forgetting something. I just don't know what it is. But anyway, before we head on back into Luna and see what the possible future of that world could look like, we need to get the rest of these Shulker Boxes. So let's go ahead and put on some music and collect the rest of these shells. So on the bright side, I think we got what we went into the end cities to get. On the not so bright side, it's now scattered all about the floor of an end island, which is not great. That's definitely not great. So what I'm thinking we do is while I head over there to try to get my stuff before it has a chance to despawn. Luckily, it's not loaded, so we should have time. Hopefully. I think what we'll go ahead and do is take that little sneak peek at Luna that I was telling you guys about. Just so, just so you don't have to deal with this. Greetings, everybody. I am Lobo, and welcome to Luna. I know it's like the middle of the episode, but this is what the possible future of our world could look like depending on what texture pack and shaders and all that stuff we use. This is what I would look like because playing on Windows 10, I can import my Java skin over. Nice to finally have clothes on, you know, not walking around like tattered pants and mouth wide open, snarling like I'm some kind of savage. Look at that. That's our first peek at some broken stuff right there. We used to have this armor stand on top of a pressure plate on top of that thing, kind of keeping the light lit. Can I have that back plate? You know what? Give it. Give it! But yeah, that's our first broken thing we've seen so far. It's nice to see that Sawyer and our villagers ended up making it through here. I'm pretty sure the tree farm would no longer work. I'm almost 100% positive of that. My jump boost no longer works. I think my beacons are empty. But yeah, that's good. At least he's not out here blowing stuff up. This does open up a ton of possibilities though. Like, you know, with the shaders, we add all this ambiance to our builds and stuff like that. And we'll probably end up using, I've always been a fan of Faithful. That's why I use in Java. So we might get Faithful for our texture pack, which is very close to this, just more detailed. And one other benefit, look at that. Look at that. One other benefit, I think, and let me just clarify that this is actually going to be accurate before I say it, is that we shouldn't have to deal with the slideshow. There's no more slideshow. All the Guardians are here, but we can move around freely. It appears that this thing is broken. Our collection system looks like it might be broken for all our Guardian drops. But we got leads in there for some reason. Yeah, items don't seem to be passing through this, so we would have to work on our collection system for the Guardian farm because I'm not building another one of these. So we'd have to work on our collection system. That's cake though compared to getting the actual Guardian farm up and running. Because we know that they're dropping stuff, right? We know they're dropping stuff, so we just got to collect that stuff. So easy enough, right? So I'm curious to know what you guys think about this plan. Should we roll with it or should we wait? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. I know we're close at this point. I know we are. I really want to throw an Ender Pearl, but I'm scared of looking at an Enderman if I look up, because if we die now, then all this traveling will have been for nothing. All right, there, I see it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. Okay. Where is it? Where's our stuff? Okay. I don't think we looked at them. I really hope we didn't. Really hope we're good. There's our stuff. Yes. All right. Whew. Man, I could even make it through a bonus episode without dying. That doesn't give me much hope for the series moving forward. Oh man. Okay, but yeah, I hope you guys like that little sneak peek of Luna. That is potentially what's coming. I would really love to know what you guys think about that. In the meantime, I died trying to get this last little bit up here at the ship, because we still have one more Elytra to get, we still have one more dragon face to get, and we still have a couple more shulkers that I would love to take care of. All right, so in total, we have 5 Elytra, including the one I'm wearing. As far as shulker shells go, we have 64 plus 54. If we count the shulker boxes we've already made, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 plus 54. We have more than 2 stacks of Shulker shells, which equals more than 64 Shulker boxes, which is what we were going for. We have 5 dragon faces. I think overall, that was a pretty good haul. Good enough to start season 2 with anyway. So yeah, that's it. I'm ready to go home. Oh, feels so good to see the sky again. All right. Okay, that's not what I planned. Smelt everything. I didn't even smelt anything. Why do I have to see what that's all about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little sneak peek of Luna Season 2, some of the news that we shared. I hope you guys approve, because this is just as much your series as it is mine. So if you're excited for Season 2, please be sure to hit that little thumbs up button and subscribe. And I just want to thank you guys for hanging out today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I'm Lobo, and I will see you guys later.